everyone, I thought I'd show you a way to make some games today. In the first part of this video, I'm going to show you some of the materials that I bought at the dollar store. And the second part of the video is going to be us putting together some games. So let's get started. First thing you probably will need is something like this. The good thing about this foam board is that it's fairly thin. You can kind of see how thin it is. And you can make 2 or 3 games out of it. What I do is I just cut it in half or cut it in thirds depending on how big I want my game. So get a couple of those, and then let me show you some of the things that I bought. I got first some colored paper. So this is just regular size paper, 8.5 by 11. What you can do is you can get a stack of construction paper. I think it's like 100 pages or 50 pages for $1. So it comes in all different colors. You can use that to decorate your board. The next thing you're going to need is something to stick it to the board with. So you can use just regular glue. These come 4 in a pack or 5 in a pack. You can also get something called glue dots. I personally love glue dots. They come in all different sizes. They come in this one here happens to be like 375 of them. They range from like 250 to like 400 dots, but they last and they stick really well. You can obviously also use some tape. So these are like the basics that you're going to need, along with a handy pair of scissors. And I have an X-Acto knife that I use, but for the kids I would probably just use scissors. And I'll show you how to do that a little later. The next thing I bought was some things that I thought would be good for little movers on the games. So I bought these little frogs. They're actually little bath toys. Then I got a package of cars. I got some of these. I thought these were kind of funny. Some little animals. Cupcakes. Again, these are just erasers. I got some horses and some dinosaurs. And you can find these things right in either the aisle where you see the toys, or there's a teacher's section. And in the teacher's section, they have all sorts of different kinds of erasers and just little odds and ends that you can find things. The next thing I got were these. And these are cute because they came in different colors, but they have 2 purposes. 1, you can use them as a mover, but 2, it's a pencil sharpener. So you have 2 different purposes for it. So you can use these as well. I also bought several bags that look like this. And you're probably wondering, like, why would you buy the bags? Well, what you do is this. You take the bag and you can cut out the mouth and then use it as a game. And again, I'll show you that a little later. So I have a few of those. Aren't they cute? And then I have things to decorate your boards. And these were, again, dollar store. They're just stickers. So you have lots of different kinds of stickers. I try to buy the ones that have the most stickers on them. I want to get the most for my $1. These ones here I thought were cute because they're raised. I don't know if you can see that or not. And then these ones are also raised. So you'll see you have lots of different themes. You really can get creative with this, and it'll be a good way for you to spend time as a family. It'll be great for you guys to do some art activities, really put some energy into it to be able to make it fun, and then go ahead and create the game. If you make the game boards very generic, then you can use them for lots of different things. Stay tuned for part 2, and I'm going to show you how I made one of my boards. Hello, we're back with part 2 of making game boards. So what I've done is I've made a couple of game boards with materials that I showed you earlier. So let's take a look at the 2 that I've come up with. The first one is this. So what I did was I started with a foam board. I cut it in half like I told you I did yesterday. Then what I tried to do is think of a theme that I wanted to use. So in this case I used a jungle theme. And what I did was I literally just drew a line, and it was a curved line going all the way through the board till I got to the headboard of this. Then what I did was I put stickers, and I just made a pattern with the stickers to go along so they would be like little jumping points as you went along. And then what I did was I decorated. I'm not the best artist in the world, so you have to bear with me, but I just used some markers. I used some little clip art. You can print clip art from your computer, or you can use stickers. I just didn't happen to have stickers that went along with this theme, so I just used some clip art, I glued it on, and you have a game. So what you can do is you can use this dice, something like this. You can actually make one out of cardboard, or you can make one out of cardstock, or you can just take a regular dice and put stickers that match the same colors on the dice. And then they can roll it, and then you move along. The little movers are these little erasers that I showed you yesterday. So there's lots of different kinds of erasers you can use. And again, these go with the theme. You can make it anything you want. So as you go along, as you roll the dice, maybe someone has to answer a question. Maybe it's a math question. Maybe it's spelling or a sight word. So you can make it whatever you want. The next game I made was something called Who's in the Doghouse? And it looks like this. Now, I took a little spin on a game that we are familiar with. And what we're going to do is the object is for the player not to be in the doghouse. So basically what happens is this. You have two players, player 1 and player 2. And the path that they're going on starts here and goes all the way up until they get to the red dot. And that means that they're in the doghouse. So what you can do is you can, again, ask them a question, ask a math fact, ask a sight word, ask a science question. You can make it anything you want. If they answer it correctly, they stay put. But if they answer it incorrectly, they have to move up a spot. So the first person to get here is the one who's in the doghouse. And unfortunately, they lose. But again, you can make the rules whatever you want to make them. You can make it as fancy as you want. You can make it as simple as you want. And all of these things were bought at the dollar store, and they give you a good quantity in each of the packages. So you should be able to make whatever it is that you want. If you need any help, please reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to help you. Thanks for listening.